Shabbat Shalom everyone, and welcome to the temple. You can follow our service using the link that is in the bottom of the YouTube link to flip the prayer book, where you can just relax and enjoy the prayers and the beautiful music. Tonight we're going to have Henry and his family lead us in the blessing over the candles and the wine. They're going to do it right after we sing our opening song, Ma Yafeh Hayom. So tomorrow night at an Havdalah service at 6 p.m., Henry is going to become a bar mitzvah. Everyone is invited to join the Hasselbacher family in this great moment. It's going to be streamed online. And tonight we're going to have Henry and his family, in honor of Henry's bar mitzvah, lead us in the blessing over the candles and the fruit of the vine. Please turn to page 2 as we rise for the blessing of the candles.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'chadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot and commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kirshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lihadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratza banu b'shabbat kodsho, ba'ahava u'ratzon kinkilah. Zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit, ki hu yom tehillah l'mikra'e kodesh, zecher l'tziat mitzrayim, ki vanu v'charta v'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim. B'Shabbat kodshecha ba'ahava u'vratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen.
We welcome the Sabbath bride by turning to page 20 to sing together Lecha Dodi.
Shabbat
rise as we turn to page 28 for the Baruch. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, forcefully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, Ama'ariv, Aravim. And we turn to page 34 for the calling of the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Please be seated. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. that you may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God.
And we turn now to page 40 to sing the same song that our ancestors sang as they were crossing the Sea of Reeds, the Mi Chamocha.
Mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar bakodesh, nora tehilot, osef pele, mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar bakodesh.
Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch ata Adonai, hapores sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim.
ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת, בקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת, בקורא עונג שבת. רצית בו וקידשתו שבת, חמדת ימים אותו קראת שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת, בקורא
rise for the tefillah on page 46. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. Blessed are you Adonai our God, God of our fathers and mothers, God of Abraham, God of Isaac and God of Jacob, God of Sarah, God of Rebekah, God of Rachel and God of Leah, the great, mighty and awesome God, transcendent God, who bestows loving kindness, creates everything out of love, remembers the love of our fathers and mothers, and brings redemption to their children's children for the sake of the divine name. Sovereign deliverer, helper and shield, blessed are you Adonai, Sarah's helper, Abraham's shield, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, ve'ezrat Sarah. You are forever mighty, Adonai, you give life to all. You rain dew upon us. You sustain life through love, giving life to all, through great compassion, supporting the fallen, healing the sick, freeing the captive, keeping faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, source of mighty acts? Who resembles you, a sovereign who takes and gives life, causing deliverance to spring up and faithfully giving life to all? Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol. You are holy. Your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated as we turn to page 61 for the blessing of Shalom. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, המברך את עמו ישראל בשלום.
Shalom Ra, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Ra, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Yotzau Melech Adon, Likol HaShalom. Shalom טסים לעולם. שלום רב, ישראל עמך, טסים לעולם. טסים לעולם. טסים לעולם.
We all need healing and courage and strength in our lives, in the lives of everyone that is dear to us. The Misha Berach, the prayer for courage and healing and strength, is on page 253.
מי שברא אבותינו מקור הברכה לאמותינו, may the source of strength who blessed the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. מי שבירך אמותינו מקור הברכה לאבותינו, bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Our Torah portion is called Shoftim, meaning judges, and it's the only Torah portion in the entire Torah that speaks about politics. It describes the political structure of an ideal country, an ideal society. There are 4 or 5 branches of governance, and they all work wonderfully with one another, and everything is just perfect in that society. Moses is instructing the people of Israel how to build the ideal society just before we're about to enter the land of Israel. And this, in the entire Torah portion, in this entire structure, there's one commandment that pops up, that there's one commandment that is simply striking. And that is the commandment that says, Tzedek, Tzedek, Tirdof. Justice, justice, you shall pursue. It's in the beginning of our Torah portion, right after we're told that the judicial system needs to be based on fairness, impartiality, that judges should not take bribes, that leaders should not be corrupted, all very relevant till today. And then it says, justice, justice, you shall pursue. It pops up for 2 reasons. One, we never pursue mitzvot. We fulfill the commandments when they occur to us. You don't light the candles of Shabbat on Tuesday. You don't say the Kiddush for Shabbat on a Monday. You don't start fasting for Yom Kippur in the middle of August, nor do you go to hear the blows of the shofar in the middle of the winter. You fulfill the mitzvot when they occur. In the entire Bible, there's only 2 mitzvot that we are told that we should pursue. The Hebrew says tirdof, meaning chase after. One is bakesh shalom verodfehu. You should ask for shalom, for peace, and pursue it. And the other one is in our Torah portion. That's the only mitzvah in the Torah itself, in the 5 books of Moses, that says that we should pursue it. Tzedek, tzedek, tirdof. That means that that's a very important mitzvah. But another thing pops up. the repetition of the word tzedek, justice, justice you shall pursue. We don't repeat the same word twice in the same sentence, not in English nor in Hebrew. So why are we doing that? Is it to emphasize the idea that it's so important that the Torah found it as something worth of repetition? So why wouldn't we say, Bakesh shalom shalom, ask for peace, peace, and pursue it? So maybe there's something else. Maybe justice, maybe tzedek is so fragile that you need to think, how should you pursue it? So one famous commentary says the following: one is for pursuing justice, and the other justice, or the other tzedek in this commandment, is that you should always pursue justice with just means. That means that the end, the goal, never justifies the means. You cannot do something wrong and say, well, but that's for a good purpose. You cannot break the laws of being justified in order to achieve a just goal. By the way, we tend to do it a lot. We tend to justify mean actions or bad actions or wrong actions by saying, but I mean well, and my goal is right. So maybe this is saying to us, you shouldn't do that. There's another explanation, and it goes like that. One justice is for justice, and the other one is for compromise. The rabbis are saying the following. They're saying if you want to live in an ideal society, you don't want to live in a society that just has justice in it, that has radical justice in it, because your justice and my justice are never the same. And if people are zealot over the ideal of justice, the rabbis are saying there will be no shalom, there will be no peace between the people, and that society will be destroyed. Actually, they're saying that the destruction of Jerusalem happened because people were trying too much to work for perfect justice, for radical justice. So they say if you really want a just society, justice is not enough. We need also to live with one another, which means to compromise, and then we can have both justice and shalom, and that would be really an ideal society, a society that we all want to live in. We're going to rise again as we turn to page 283 for the Aleinu. Please join me as we read together at the middle of page 283. Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spreads out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else. Please be seated. I want to thank Henry's family for leading us over the blessings, for the candles and the fruit of the vine. We're all are excited for tomorrow night, the Havdalah service, where Henry is going to chant his Torah and chant his Haftarah and teach us what he learned from his Torah portion. I also want to thank Drew Friedman and Benji Berlow, who are behind the scenes, and without them we will not be streaming our service, and our wonderful musicians, Jennifer Diamond and Dr. Louie Bailey, who are here every week, month after month, year after year, but especially in this not so easy and unprecedented time. I also want to thank the 80-something members of our congregation that are joining us now every Friday and every Saturday morning, every Friday night and every Saturday morning. It is such a joy to see your smiling faces here in the crowd and not to feel the weirdness of speaking to an empty chapel, but to see a lot of smiling, beautiful faces staring at me. If you have not yet sent your picture, please do so. We would like to also have those pictures for the high holidays. We turn now to page 283. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people, whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation, whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. On this Shabbat, we remember especially Lani Nafusi, Robin C. Loeb, Louis Schwartz, Wolf Malkin, David Bloom, Simon Penso, Joseph Michael D., Maurice Feynman, Seymour Zaller, Betty Lee, Ashbury Jones, Denise Seligman, Sol Tuckman, Leo Treiber, Grace Nafusi, Ruth Marion Goodman, Clara B. Sachs, Elias Ben-Avi, Jack Elkon, Ann Goodman, Suzanne Levy-Loeb, Hattie Aberson, Oscar Sales, Esther Eppinger, Ada Florence Bliden, Sanford Spiegel, David Weiss, Marsha B. Cohen-Hertzman, Jeanette Anderson, Fanny Netter, Jacob Levy, Ida L. Grabfelder, Irvin Schneider, Sandra Belkerenko, Lori Greenwald, Ida Goldberg-Netter-Kelber, Harry Lorber, Linda Goldenschuh, David Kleinman, David H. Van Dam, Rose Permochek, Isaac Yosim, Ellen C. Erdley, Maurice Green, Molly Y. Kahn, Carol Geisberg, Ann Wolf, Midge Van Dam Belker, Margie Baker. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. With the blessed memories from our loved ones in our hearts, we rise as we turn to page 294 for the Mourner's Kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהא שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעולמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו, ואלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. זיכרונם לברכה, may the memory of our loved ones come to be a blessing and a benediction. Amen. Our closing song is Oseh Shalom. We ask God to bring peace and wholeness and wellness to all humanity.
Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
רצון מלפניך, אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אמותינו, שתוליכנו לשלום. May it be your will, Adonai our God and God of our ancestors, that we be guided on the paths of shalom, of wellness and wholeness and peace, and that you protect us as we go on our journey from every harm and evil on the way. Bless the work of our hands and grant us grace, loving kindness, and compassion in your eyes, in the eyes of everyone who sees us. Adonai Shalom, bless us with a Shabbat of Shalom. Shalom to our bodies, to our minds, to our souls. Shabbat Shalom.
Amen. Amen.
Shabbat
Shabbat
Shalom.
shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom, Louie.